I think anything a mind can conceive, if you think about it often enough, you will come to believe it. I question my own beliefs. Whatever we can conceive and believe, we will achieve. You want to have a goal that's worth failing for. Don't ask, are you worthy of the goal? Ask, is the goal worthy of you? You're trading your life for it. So we should always be going for bigger goals. And we don't go for bigger goals to get. We go for bigger goals to grow. You and I have more potential than we will ever understand. We've got phenomenal powers. You've got to be persistent. Those who can't take it simply don't make the grade. Those who can take it are bountifully rewarded for their persistence. They receive whatever goal they're pursuing. You'll start to realize there is literally no end to what you're capable of doing. Ideas are intangible forces, but they have more power than the physical brains that gave birth to them. They have the power to live on long after the brain has created them has turned to dust. You've got to believe it in your heart, because until you internalize the idea, it isn't going to happen. The imagination enables you to go into the future and bring the future into the present. You've got to act like the person you want to become. Well, when we do that and do it over and over, you come to believe. I think we've got an obligation to do great work. We're only here for a short time, not a long time. And we've got faculties and the ability to do great work. I think we should. As you're watching this, I want you to stop and ask yourself, who am I? Who am I? If we begin to study and we start to understand who we are and what we are, we will build an image of ourselves that'll make us so much more effective. If a person's going to accomplish anything of any consequence in their life, they have to get into the spirit of it. And we build an image in our mind. Then we have to be true to that image. Now, this is truly getting into the spirit of the thing. That is what being inspired is all about. And all great work came about because someone was inspired to do it. All the great paintings, Rembrandt, Van Gogh, all of them, they were inspired to do the great work. We have to understand that whatever Rembrandt or Van Gogh used, we have available to us. You see, an idea is a thought or a collection of thoughts directed towards a purpose. Thinking is the highest function that you and I are capable of. If you take what you want and start to imagine yourself with it, we can actually accomplish anything. You've got to believe you can do it on a subconscious level. You can come to believe it through repetition. And all the great leaders, all down through history, have been in complete and unanimous agreement on that one point, that you and I become what we think about. There's always a better way. Then let it go. I had a good friend of mine, Milt Campbell. He won the gold medal in decathlon. Milt told me, there was a lot of athletes in schools that were better than me, but they quit. Well, our paradigms get us to quit things. Your paradigm is your conditioned behavior. We're conditioned genetically and environmentally. And that conditioning is controlling most people's lives.
You go through life thinking, that's not it. That's not it at all. There is something in all of us, a hole, a need for connection and love and truth and a sense of something beautiful beyond. And we can, if you're religious, you call it heaven, and if you're a humanist, you call it a full and achieved life. But you know that there's a hope for it. But if you mislabel it and think that it's connected with money or car or mortgages or jobs or status, you're never happy because of your status, because of things you've achieved. Happiness comes from somewhere else.
My entire life, I was willing to disrupt my entire life to buy my future, to buy my possibility, to give my dream a chance. See, we're not supposed to tuck our dreams in on the pillow when we get up in the morning. We're not supposed to leave them at home and go and fulfill somebody else's dream. We're not supposed to do that. That's not what we're wired to do. That's not who we are. Your human spirit simply says, what's our command for tomorrow? What do you want to create?
As you go on to the next chapter, don't pursue profits, pursue purpose. Don't pursue the profits of where can you gain things in life. Pursue your passions and your purpose. Because what happens is, a lot of times we go on to college or we go into the next chapter and we're only seeking gains. We're only trying to find out what we can get. Where can we find profits in our lives? You need to take time to figure out your why.
You got to start talking to yourself. The best way to motivate you is you got to start talking to yourself. Repeat these words after me. No one can stop me but me. No one can stop me but me. Here's the truth. No one can stop you but you. You need to talk to yourself. You need to encourage yourself. You need to strengthen yourself. Stop waiting for other people. Stop waiting for other people. And you start encouraging you and saying to yourself, it's going to work out. It's going to be okay. I'm down right now, but I'm not out. My condition is temporary. Only I can make it permanent. I'm not worried about you being down. I've been down myself. I'm not worried about you being down. You've been down before. We all been down. It's nothing new. But that out is what I worry about. Out means you gave up. Out means you lost hope. It's okay to be down, my friend. It happens to all of us, but it's not okay to be out. Don't you ever give yourself permission to be out. You may be down, but you're never out.
The right perspective makes the impossible possible. You cannot change the past, but you can always change your perspective. No problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. The severity of your problems is a matter of perspective. Change your perspective, and most of them become insignificant. Some of them will no longer exist as problems, but opportunities.
Your soul, your intuition, your human spirit is designed to make you soar.
I promise you, if some of you will just begin to take ownership of your life, and some of you probably are already striving and doing phenomenal and making good choices, I want to say keep going. Don't give up. Keep pursuing it, because I promise you, every single one of you were meant to leave your fingerprints on history.
You gotta see this thing differently. Stop complaining about the divorce. Stop complaining about the job loss. Stop complaining about the relocation. Your viewpoint is your advantage.
Your condition is temporary. Only you will make it permanent. You will love again. You will thrive again. You will smile again if you give yourself permission. You will win again if you give yourself permission. You will breathe again if you give yourself permission. You will hope again if you give yourself permission. You will dream again if you only give yourself permission.